G'day guys, welcome to part 2 of our series dealing with how to be more effective while being avoided. In part 1 we talked about what you can do on serve, returns and third balls. Now it's time to take a look at what's possible when the game transitions to the kitchen. Keep in mind that the theories I'll be talking about today are not easy. Kitchen line play does allow opponents a much easier chance to get the ball away from you and gives you less time to poach, so please, have patience. At the kitchen. If and when the point settles into a battle of dinks, then you'll first need to position yourself well in order to give yourself a chance to play more balls. For right-handed players, I suggest playing on the left side, so you're able to use your forehand in the middle for attacks, counter-attacks, and for dinks that may be tricky for your partner's backhand. Experiment with how close you can comfortably get to your partner. This isn't enough. This is too close. This is about right, for me. You'll know you've found your sweet spot when your opponent starts seeing your position as weakness and attempt to keep you honest by dinking close to your sideline. This is where you'll need to be comfortable using the cross step to finish your movement to the ball, as this will let you simply pivot back to handle potential attacks through the middle. This is where things get more tricky. If you weren't able to influence with one of the first 3 shots of the game, then you'll have to rely on some creative dink strategies to attract the ball. We talked earlier about the reasons why you're being avoided. Simply put, you're better than your partner. Because of this, all you really need to do is suddenly make your partner the most dangerous player on the court. Erne to the rescue. The Erne is a wonderful tool to hit surprising winners, but more importantly, the threat of it is usually enough to get the ball away from your partner. While it may not directly come to you, it will at least give you something to work with. Another good method that is a little less risky is simply asking your partner to dink down the line. This is testing their heads-up opponent to either play a very precise dink back to your partner, attack your partner, or dink cross-court to you. If they choose the latter, then once again, you get the ball. This method works particularly well when combined with the threat of the Erne, so make sure you and your partner start experimenting with it, at least on serve, so as to lower the risk of failure affecting the scoreline. Last but not least is the offensive lob. The lob has made a real surge in professional pickleball and is a fantastic way to turn the tides or reset the point. In the context of today's topic, it will likely be your partner that needs to play the lob, and with that in mind, it will be a good idea to put them on the right side. This will not only give you the middle forehand chances when dealing with attacks or counter-attacks, but it will also allow your partner to play the highest percentage lob, cross-court. Once the lob has been hit and looks to be successful, it's time for you to be big in the middle. The extra ball flight time should give you ample opportunity to intercept a ball intended for your partner. And if they look to keep you honest down the line, then once again, you've achieved your goal. You may be thinking, then what? Those are very tough shots to do anything with. Well, yes, that's true, but if you're left between either playing no shots or tough shots, then choose tough. The difficulty lies in not just taking these balls, but doing something meaningful with them. So all the effort is actually worth it, and you don't just end up with aggressive eye rolls from your partner. This leads me to my final point. Communication. Achieving the goal of becoming a more effective player when your opponents are clearly trying to keep the ball away from you is a tricky task, even for professional players. Success in this relies not only on having the physical skills to play tough shots from often poor locations, but also on having a partner who is on board with the tactic. You'll need to talk to them and explain your perspective and desire to influence the match by getting more involved. If you and your partner are still winning regardless of how many balls you see, then the problem is just in your head. If, however, your team is struggling and your best chance to win lies on you asserting yourself in the game, then it's time to have a little chat. Firstly, here's what not to say. What are we doing here? Seriously, should we lower the net? Should we just move on to a tennis court? Whose team are you on? Why are we even here? I mean, I don't know if you could hit water if you fly out of a boat. Instead, try this approach. Hey, this is a tough team. They're putting a lot of pressure on you. How about I try to, alleviate some of that pressure? I'll try to get a little more involved. Maybe it'll work. We might still, squeak out the win. What do you think?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's do it. If you take this approach and explain how you're going to try to step up your game using the various shots we've talked about, then you may still lose. I'm sorry. However, one thing is for certain, you won't lose the same way. You'll go out swinging. The more you attempt to play more aggressively, the easier it will get, and one day soon, you'll be able to turn the tides. When that day comes, something magical will happen. Your opponents will realize they can't keep the ball away from you, and their best chance to still win is at least get the ball to your backhand. This is the method that most pros attempt when playing Ben Johns, and many have had success doing so. The tips I've suggested are designed to help in competitive situations, but there's one more clear option available if it's simply recreational play, and you're the one being left out of the game. Ask. Your opponents are trying to win, and it's often at the peril of their own development. Explain to them by not playing you, they are robbing themselves of the chance to learn how to beat you. They are taking the easy way out for the sake of the W. You may have to promise to them that you want to focus on your soft game and you won't be attacking like normal. If they agree, keep your word and enjoy the challenge of a more disciplined, old-school style of pickleball. I hope you've enjoyed this two-part series and can implement some of these strategies the next time you're feeling a little left out. Till next time, see you at the kitchen.